now, the views and opinions expressed during RealBlackTalk.com.
Hello, how are you? All right, so welcome to Fresh Ideas from Whole Foods Market. I'm Matt Keller, and this is
Allison Nichols.
And we are really excited for the first show to start our partnership with CCTV. We are working, this is a partnership with the 3 Cambridge stores, so Whole Foods Market Fresh Pond, Whole Foods Market Prospect Street, and Whole Foods Market River Street, and then also Whole Foods Market Somerville, which Allison works at currently right now. So this whole show is going to be just fresh ideas coming from each of the stores. Lots of new things, lots of bright ideas, all from Whole Foods, and just bringing our ideas to you and to the community. And so, without further ado, Allison, tell us what you're going to do today.
Cool. So I am the healthy eating specialist at the Whole Foods Market in Somerville. So what I do at the store is I do healthy eating demos. I cook a lot of things for customers. I do workshops for customers, do workshops for team members. I do a lot of team member training. We also go to schools and train teachers in the Healthy Teachers program through the Whole Kids Foundation. We do a lot of outreach and a lot of healthy eating education. And one of the main focus of my job is to spread the word about the Health Starts Here program. So I don't know, you see this little logo, you might have seen it around the store. This logo signifies healthy choices. So we try to point out in the store, especially in our prepared foods department, the healthy choices that you can choose. And this program is a nationwide, company-wide program, and it's based on 4 pillars. So the 4 pillars of Health Starts Here, everything that's going to be under one of those recipes is going to be plant strong, so it's mostly plants. There is animal protein involved, but it's mostly plants, lots of fruits and vegetables. Everything's going to be a whole food, so it's going to be on your plate in a way that it's similar to how it's found in nature, so not minimally processed. We use healthy fats from whole food sources, so mostly fats from things like nuts and seeds and avocado. So we use very minimal oil in our cooking, and in fact, all the recipes I'm going to make tonight are oil-free.
Oil-free?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you know you can saute vegetables without oil?
No.
I'm going to show you how.
I can't wait. All right.
And it's also nutrient dense, so we want to get as most nutrition per calorie. So everything we put into our recipes is going to be a really nutrient dense food. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that too. So I'm going to be showing you some healthy things that you can bring to your holiday meals, because the focus of our show is healthy holidays. So we have an appetizer, it's our butternut squash hummus. We also have a kind of a side dish, it's a charred quinoa apple salad. And then we're going to be making,
so good.
Yeah, it's a great recipe. I can't wait to talk about it.
Oh, so much fun. Oh.
And we also have a pumpkin pie smoothie for dessert, because pumpkin pie is one of my favorite parts of like Thanksgiving and the holiday season.
Right.
So
I love pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
And making pumpkin pie healthy.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to try it.
Yeah, so this is a cool recipe that you can make at home. It doesn't have to be even a special occasion if you're in the mood for something pumpkin-y.
Right.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's get started.
Cool.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Are you excited? All right, let's do it.
All right, so our first recipe is a butternut squash hummus.
Ooh.
So Dina, if you want to pull up that recipe there. So the butternut squash hummus is it's a seasonal take on a traditional appetizer or snack. So instead of using chickpeas like you would have in a normal traditional hummus, use cooked butternut squash. So the ingredients are 3/4 of a pound of cooked butternut squash. It comes out to about 3 cups. Lemon juice, tahini, which is in traditional hummus, olives, and garlic.
Now tell me about tahini. What exactly is tahini?
So tahini is it's kind of like peanut butter, but it's made with sesame seeds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a sesame seed butter. So if you guys want to take a look at what we have here, this is our butternut squash hummus. And you can see it's got that really nice orange color. And I love that it has a clove of garlic in it, because it ends up being really garlicky. You can kind of smell the garlic.
Well, it's really aromatic too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks beautiful.
Yeah. And I used actual cooked butternut squash. I roasted some butternut squash, which is really easy. I just cubed it up really small because the smaller it is, the less time it takes to cook. So I cubed it up really small, put it in the oven, kind of in a covered baking dish for probably 25 minutes, and it was nice and soft. Then I just threw everything into the food processor. That's why I love this recipe, because it's so simple. You just literally throw everything into the food processor, process it until it's like a hummus consistency, and then it's done.
And then just so like a quick chop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I ended up processing it a little bit more because the butternut squash isn't as watery as the chickpeas when you make regular hummus. But it's a nice hummusy dip consistency.
Yeah. So what if you wanted it smoother? Would you add
If you wanted it smoother,
more lemon, or would that be too tart?
You could add a little bit more lemon juice. What I might do is just add a little bit of water. And to make it a little bit smoother. And the cool thing about this is that it's so easy. It's really easy to just bring to someone's house if you are, a vegan, or even if you're paleo, because everything in this recipe is under that paleo diet. So if you're going to someone's house that's a vegetarian, or someone that's following that paleo diet, this is a really great thing to bring, and it's just so quick and easy.
You don't have to heat it up.
Yeah, you don't have to heat it up.
bring it in a pan and use their oven. You don't have to do any of that stuff. So perfect.
So you want to try some?
Yeah. What are you going to eat it with?
So I brought some Engine 2 crisp breads. Yeah, we're going to try it. It's really garlicky, so I hope you like garlic.
Okay,
You can make it less garlicky. So there's that.
Well, why would you do that?
Garlic's good. It keeps the vampires away.
Yeah, right?
So we have some Engine 2 crisp breads, and these are plant strong. They're also made with all those whole foods. So even though this is a processed food, it's less processed than other kinds of crackers. So I'll give you one of these.
Tell me more about Engine 2. What does that mean?
Yeah. So Engine 2 is actually a diet or a lifestyle.
Cracker.
Yeah, they're crisp breads. Yeah.
They really are. Do you want one for you too?
Oh no, I'm good.
Only me.
Only you.
Maybe Dina.
You're the guinea pig. So Engine 2 is a diet or lifestyle that was devised by Rip Esselstyn. He's from Austin, Texas, and he was a firefighter and a triathlete. And he was working at a fire station, Engine 2, and he noticed that a lot of his fellow firefighters were struggling with things like high cholesterol, high blood pressure, high blood sugar, some of those more, the diseases of society. So he really had been following a very plant-strong diet. So what he did was he implemented a 28-day challenge for all the firefighters at the station. And so now at Whole Foods, we have a 28-day challenge by Engine 2 that we're going to be running in January. It kind of mimics the original Engine 2 challenge.
Nice.
So it's all about eating lots of vegetables, lots of plants.
Get you back on track after all the holidays.
Yeah.
But not after this holiday.
Not after this holiday. This is a healthy holiday.
I have to tell you, that was so good. And
Yeah,
I
isn't it
loved
good?
all the garlic. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
I like how the butternut squash adds just a little bit of that seasonal flavor, but it's got the garlic and the tahini and the olives that make it kind of like a Mediterranean dish.
Yeah, really well balanced. Like a fantastic starter.
Yeah.
I'm ready to eat more.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys.
Let's do it.
All right.
So the next thing I have is a charred quinoa and apple salad.
Okay.
So I love this recipe because it uses leafy greens, which are my favorite. And you use both the leaves and the stem. So the ingredients are quinoa. I'm going to use some white quinoa. You can use red quinoa or rainbow quinoa if you want. We use a bunch of Swiss chard, the leaves and the stems. So keep the stems, don't throw them away.
The stems.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, shallots, which are really great. They're very aromatic.
Yes. You can smell them right now.
Kind of that nice, subtle, oniony flavor. Apples, I used some Fuji apples, some apple cider vinegar, and then I'm going to use some apple juice sweetened cranberries, and then some walnuts.
Okay.
So like I said, I love this recipe because it uses the leaves and the stems. So I chose to use some Swiss chard, and the rainbow chard.
Look how beautiful that is.
Isn't it nice?
That's so nice.
So it's going to have a lot of the yellows and the reds and the greens in it. And one thing I always tell people is when you're looking for nutrient-dense food, you want to really eat a rainbow, eat a lot of different colors, because every different color signifies a different nutrient. So the more colors you're eating, the more nutrients you're getting.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that makes it easy too. Ooh, there go the shallots.
Yeah, so I'm gonna throw our shallots
in
in
here.
here.
It smells so good.
Yeah, ooh, hear that sizzle?
Yes.
So this is the shallots and the apples, and then
You didn't put any oil in here.
Nope, no
There's
oil.
No oil.
And then the Swiss chard stems, you can see they're all kind of that rainbow of red and yellow.
Look at that.
So I'm just gonna cook this up until the shallots are nice and soft.
Okay.
And what I might do to keep things from sticking is just give it a little spritz of water here. I like this squirt bottle because you can just kind of go like this.
Yeah.
And this is called really steam sauteing.
Oh, okay.
So that's what a lot of our Health Starts Here recipes do. They're steam sauteed.
Okay.
Because you don't need the oil to keep things from sticking to the pan.
You just keep it moving,
Yep.
have a little bit of steam,
Keep it moving.
and it makes it really easy.
Yeah.
Now, tell me about the stems. Do the stems have more nutrients in them, or is it just so you're capturing everything that you can get from the plant?
Yeah, well they do have, they're a little bit different. They definitely have different nutrients than the leaves do.
Okay.
But I just really like this recipe because most people throw away the stems. Like when you're making something with kale or
I know I do.
spinach,
So,
a lot of people throw away the
going to
stems
anymore.
or don't know what to do with them.
Right.
But this is a great recipe. The stems of Swiss chard kind of remind me of beet greens. So
Okay.
Swiss chard is very similar to beet greens. I even think that they kind of smell similar. They do have a different flavor, but
You know what? I never know what to do with beet greens either.
Yeah.
I always just cut those right off. And
So
they go
you could
right into
use-
stock, you know?
yeah, you could use beet greens in this recipe instead of the Swiss chard if you wanted
Oh, okay.
to. Yeah.
This smells so good.
Yeah.
You'll wish you were here. This smells fantastic.
It's a nice recipe to bring because it has the apples in it too, which add a little natural sweetness. And, without adding sugar, it's like that whole foods sweetness. So you're getting the sugar from the apples, but you're also getting a lot of fiber and nutrients
Right.
and all that good stuff. So,
Love it.
yeah. So I'm gonna add a little bit of apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
This is that 2 tablespoons. I'm just kind of gonna eyeball it. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, you know.
Stir that around. And the original recipe uses the apple cider vinegar to kind of deglaze the pan and keep things from sticking. I don't know if that's the right term, deglaze.
Glaze.
I'm pretending
sure,
I know
why
what
not?
I'm talking
I
about.
mean, it sounds right to me. I nodded
Yeah.
and just went right along with it.
Yeah, but that is really the only, the apple cider vinegar is the only thing in it besides the vegetables and the apples and everything.
And that smells really good too.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna add my cranberries here. Just put those right in.
So just dried cranberries right in there.
Yep, dried
Okay.
cranberries.
Now those are
And-
really tart, right?
These are actually sweetened with apple juice.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But you can use dried tart cherries too, which would
Oh,
add a
okay.
different flavor.
Right.
And another thing that I sometimes do when I'm making this recipe is I will add some of this Baltic curry because I really like the different curry spices with these flavors. So I'm gonna add,
adventurous.
yeah. But you can really add any spices you want. So I'm gonna add our leaves here. We got some of the red leaves and the
Those
green
are so
leaves.
pretty. I love them.
And it might look like a lot of leaves, but it really cooks down pretty quickly.
Okay.
So cook these down.
I just can't believe there's no oil. That's so
No.
fantastic.
Yeah. So with Health Starts Here, we try and do minimal oil because when you're eating oils, it's kind of a refined food.
Right.
So a lot of our recipes do have a little bit of oil in it, but we like to get the fats from whole food sources like nuts and seeds because you're getting nutrients and fiber with the fat.
Okay.
So it's just like the sweetener. You're getting something with that sweetener. It's not just
Instead of just using sweetener.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So the next step is to add your quinoa.
Quinoa.
So I use some white quinoa. And what I did is I actually took some shortcuts here and I used our frozen cooked quinoa. This is thawed frozen cooked quinoa. So we have this
Oh,
awesome.
that's easy.
Yeah, this is a real lifesaver. Because it's cooked, it's frozen. All you have to do is defrost it. You can
Okay.
actually, if you use a microwave, you can microwave it in the bag, or you can put it in a saucepan to defrost it, or just take it out of the fridge before you go to work.
Because really, who has the time to cook quinoa all day, right? Well, how long does it take to cook quinoa? If you're
Probably
gonna-
like 20 minutes.
Really? So not too bad.
But
this,
I'm really bad at cooking.
seconds, you
Yeah.
know?
I'm very bad at cooking grains. For some reason, they always burn or stick to the pan. So when I cook with
too.
them, yeah,
I have
I don't
that all
know the
time.
trick.
I don't either.
Maybe a viewer knows the trick and will share it with us on our
Maybe we'll have
Facebook
a call-in
page.
system someday.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
call in and let us know.
so this is about done.
Ooh,
I'm just gonna add the walnuts here.
those do cook right down, like
Yeah,
no time at all.
okay, there we go.
And you're turning it down a little bit.
Yeah, turn it down to
Almost
warm.
done.
Yeah, so So this is almost done. But I love how you can see, like, when it's all done, all the different colors. And
Yeah,
I mean,
that's nice.
you could add more quinoa if you wanted it to have more quinoa. You could add more vegetables if you wanted. That's one of the things I like about these recipes is because they're made with all whole food ingredients, you can really put in as much or as little as you want, as you like.
For your taste.
Yeah, especially with a salad like
And
this.
look at it too. It looks so festive. Like what a festive dish.
And this is another fun one to bring to someone's house because they're
Right.
like, whoa, that looks awesome, right?
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I would say.
Yeah. So my taste tester, would you like to
Yes.
taste test this?
Oh, don't forget Dina. We're going to make one for her too.
Dina's our producer off camera. Yeah, so
I'll
I'm going to
take
be sharing at the end of the show some of my holiday survival tips
Uh-oh.
that help you continue to eat healthy during the holiday season. Because, you know, it is difficult when you're, you know, it's a time of year when you're going to holiday parties and you're doing a lot of things you might not usually do food-wise, you know, eating certain things that only come around once a year.
Right.
So
I
have
need
some
those,
strategies.
Allison, so thank you. All right,
My
let's
pleasure.
try this.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Oh, we're getting a thumbs up from Dina
Good. Good.
and another
Yeah.
thumbs up from Matt.
Yeah.
This is so good.
Even though it's really simple and it just has that apple cider vinegar, all the different flavors from the vegetables really come out because it's made with those whole foods. And I think if you try this recipe at home, I encourage you to season it how you want to. You know, add some of the curry powder, add a little bit of sea salt and pepper. That's another thing. Our Health Starts Here recipes have minimal salt, just because we're conscious that a lot of people are trying to watch their sodium. So we encourage people to salt the food themselves to taste.
You really don't need it. This is perfect. It's like sweet and tangy, and
Yeah.
you don't need it. A little bit of bitter from the greens, but not that much. I thought the stems would be really bitter, but
Yeah.
no.
When you
not at all.
cook them, like with the apples, and they get soft, they're really, really delicious.
You'll have to pardon my chewing here. I'm just really enjoying myself.
Good, I'm glad. So our last recipe that we have,
Okay.
yeah, finish, you gotta finish. No, I don't mean to rush you, but our last recipe is a pumpkin pie smoothie, and this is a really popular recipe at Whole Foods. A lot of the healthy eating specialists at the other stores demo this all the time. That's one thing I didn't mention is every store in our region has a healthy eating specialist. So even if you don't go to Somerville or the Prospect Street store or River Street or Fresh Pond, any store you walk into will have a healthy eating specialist, and they're there to really answer your nutrition questions. They can give you one-on-one coaching. They can take you on a store tour.
At any store.
At any store.
See, that's so cool.
Yeah, as long as the store has a healthy eating specialist, they can do that for you. So this recipe is a popular one. This is like a favorite among healthy eating specialists. So it's got 1 cup of pumpkin puree, a banana, 1 cup of unsweetened non-dairy milk. So I chose to use unsweetened almond milk. 1 tablespoon of honey, which is our natural sweetener, some vanilla extract, pumpkin pie spice, and some ice cubes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I chose to use this almond milk. It's unsweetened. That's one thing you should definitely look for when you're choosing a non-dairy milk, is to make sure that it is unsweetened. Because all the original flavors of non-dairy milk will have some sugar in them.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it doesn't even say sweetened. It's
It
just
doesn't even
just
say.
says original.
Exactly.
All right,
Yeah.
that's a good trick.
So unless it says unsweetened, it has some added sugar. So we'll add our almond milk here. This is about a cup of almond milk. And our pumpkin, I use our canned pumpkin puree.
Easy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, easy. You can use your own. If you wanted to cook a pumpkin and puree it, you could do that too.
Go for it.
Yeah, to modify the recipe, because when you cook your own pumpkin, it is a little bit more watery than the stuff you get out of a can. So I would maybe add a little bit less almond milk to start.
Oh, okay.
If you're gonna do your own pumpkin.
That's a good trick.
Yeah, because your own pumpkin's fun too.
Right.
Okay, so we're gonna add some,
A lot of time.
it does. We're gonna add some pumpkin pie spice. This is one of my favorite holiday spices. So it's a blend of like cinnamon and cloves and nutmeg.
Just already blended for you.
Yeah.
Well done.
But you can also blend it yourself if you
Right.
want. Yeah.
But again, who has the time, you know?
We're all about time saving. Well, I'm definitely about time saving.
Me too.
I really don't like to make recipes that take more than 1 pot.
Okay.
So
That's
all the recipes I
good
try
for
to make.
dishes too.
Yeah, that's why, because I don't want to do
Perfect,
dishes.
Yeah.
So Yeah, and then we're gonna do a tablespoon of honey.
Okay.
This is just to add it, to make it a little special. You probably don't need the honey. You could do
really?
a little bit more banana if you wanted to, or leave out the honey altogether. But this makes it more of like a special dessert. So we'll do.
That banana's gonna be like sweet enough.
Yeah, like
But we're ready for dessert. So.
yeah, definitely. And when I make smoothies at home, I just sweeten them with banana and some frozen fruit.
Okay.
So we use some honey and our banana.
So would you have this smoothie like in the morning?
You could
Or
have
do
it
you
in
think
the
of it as more of a dessert smoothie?
I think I tend to think of it more as a dessert smoothie because it's pumpkin pie and I associate
Right.
pie with dessert, but
Me too.
this is a really great way to get some vegetables into your morning too, because the pumpkin in there, it's it's high in vitamin A, it's got a lot of beta carotene in it, good fiber, so it could be a delicious breakfast smoothie too.
Okay.
So now we're gonna make a lot of noise.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's hope that this works.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
It works. Crisis averted.
Do you see that look of fear on my face
know,
when
I
I thought it
was-
wasn't gonna turn on?
I was really excited.
Okay, so now I have pumpkin on my hand.
I need a paper towel.
Yeah, so we have our pumpkin pie smoothie. And it's nice and thick. And I actually didn't use the ice cubes, but you can add ice and it'll be nice, cold, refreshing smoothie.
Towel for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, of course. That was so quick.
It was so quick.
So quick.
We have this awesome
Very smooth.
Vitamix here. You don't need a Vitamix to make this smoothie.
You don't?
No, you can make it in any blender, but the Vitamix is just like the blender of all blenders, so it mixes everything really quickly.
Yeah, what does a Vitamix do? It's quicker, it's
I don't know. To me, it
all
just
about
looks like a
emulsification,
regular
right?
blender.
Like, just like
Yeah.
putting everything together really fast.
Yeah, the blade at the bottom kind of looks like an immersion blender blade a little,
okay.
I think. But you could, all the ingredients in here are soft enough that you could put it in any blender and it would be really good.
'Cause that's all I have. So
Yeah. So here, I'll give you a little.
that looks awesome. Thank
And
you.
we'll give Dina a little.
Are you gonna join us for dessert? Should I get a cup?
Yeah, I'll have a little dessert.
Here, hold on.
Here you go, Dina.
There you go.
I'll
You're
have
welcome.
a little. Yeah, so it's nice and thick. I really like thick smoothies because they're just so satisfying and
This is so
really
good.
filling, yeah.
Another thumbs up from Dina, and a thumbs up from Matt.
Mm-hmm.
This is so good though. It tastes like pumpkin pie.
it does.
You know?
And all the recipes that I made tonight are on the Whole Foods Market website. So if you go to Whole Foods Market and look up recipes, you can find all of these recipes on there and make them at home.
Okay. And
Yeah.
you just search for them, or
Yeah, so what I would do is search for like quinoa chard or butternut hummus and a pumpkin pie smoothie. They're really simple names. You just plug that into the search box and they'll pop up.
it was pop right up. That's so easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I do have some holiday survival tips to share with you.
This is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
I need them.
Yeah. So these are things that I try to do during the holidays to stay on track. Just, I do indulge in foods that I don't usually eat because it's the holidays and
Right.
they're delicious.
So much fun.
Yeah.
You just have to.
And so much of our holiday is centered around food that it's hard not to,
Right, right.
But this is something that these tips kind of keep me thinking, keep my health in the forefront and help me, continue to work toward my health goals during the holiday season. So my first tip is to bring a healthy dish to share, which I just gave you these 3 awesome dishes that you could bring, or, the pumpkin pie smoothie you can make for your friends. I kind of picture myself making it on like a movie night as a special treat.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Yeah,
That's a good
maybe
idea.
watching some of your favorite holiday movies. Yeah.
Put it in a big scorpion bowl and have
Yeah,
lots of
with
lots
2
of
straws, yeah.
That'd be fun.
A little alligator
Pumpkin.
hanging out the side.
Yeah. Okay.
My second tip is to fill half your plate with vegetables.
Half the plate.
Yeah. So
goodness.
when I'm at a dinner,
I don't
like
think I ever do that.
no,
No. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
it's okay. There's a first time for
Something to think
everything,
about.
Matt.
Yeah, it really is.
One thing I try to do if I'm at someone's house for a big dinner is I'll find those vegetable dishes and try and fill half my plate with vegetables. So this quinoa chard and apple salad is a great way to do that because it's mostly vegetables. It's all whole foods. It's got some whole grains in there. But if they have greens like green beans or sweet potato, I just try and fill half my plate with vegetables and then go for the other stuff.
Well, then you don't have room. on
Yeah.
your plate for all that other stuff.
Yeah.
You have to be selective.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay.
So it also makes me choose
Smart.
like smaller portions of the other
Yeah.
stuff. Or I pick the portions of the other stuff that I know I really want,
Okay.
the amount that I
Oh,
want.
yeah, because you have to pick and choose.
Yeah.
So you don't go overboard.
Exactly. My next tip is to stay active because, when you're moving, even if it's not going to the gym, it's kind of, moving around. You want to get out there, get your blood flowing, stay within your usual routine.
Okay.
And then the last tip is to make conscious decisions about the foods that you do eat that you don't normally eat. So, if you do find yourself sitting down and eating an entire pumpkin pie,
Right.
it's okay.
Which would never, ever happen.
No, never happen.
Ever.
Never, ever happen. But, making that conscious decision to say, you know what, I really want this pie. I'm going to enjoy this pie right now. I'm going to do it. And then moving on and just making healthy choices for the rest of the time.
So then
Yeah.
maybe not having another pie.
Well, just making the conscious decision to have another pie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you can have another pie.
You can.
But you have to think about this.
Yes,
This
yeah.
isn't just sitting in front of the TV eating.
Exactly. It's
whole
mindful
pie.
eating.
Yeah, mindful eating.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So what else?
So what else?
Well, no. So.
We have these.
Recipes.
Every store we have these little meals for $4 under $15, and this is our Health Starts Here episode. Our Health episode. What am I saying? Our Health Starts Here edition. It has some easy meals for $4 that are all under $15, and it has a shopping list on the back. So if you're looking for some ways to get into healthy eating and you're not sure where to find recipes, this is a really good resource.
So that helps you with your shopping list right on the back. It has everything there for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you're all set.
Yeah, and all the recipes you'd find in this, you'll find on the website too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it easy.
Yeah.
I am going to look up that smoothie. I think that's really good.
It is good. It's really good with ice cubes too.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed our first program. And check us next month. We're going to have Christina from Fresh Pond. Who knows what she's going to do? Something Engine 2, probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, see you then.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.